Hi, boy. What's my good side?
That one. No, that one.
It's this one. Hi, boy.
Hi, boy.
I was wrong to think there was no assembly with a scooter, but this one's kind of fancy pants, so it looks like I got some work to do. There's the seat. Inside of box number 1, the charging adapter for the scooter. Inside of box number 2, the basket. And also a bag of tools and parts. And that's everything that was in the box. All right, so the instructions don't say to start with the wheel, but I'm gonna start with the wheel. And this is a lot different than what I'm used to, so hopefully I can figure this out. This piece that I just pulled out, it's garbage. I'm gonna assume that this here goes up against this. So I'm gonna insert it into the wheel. Let me show that to you from another angle. Plop it in like so. Move this cable and position that up in there. Next, I gotta take this that I pulled out and shove it through everything. Put the washer back. Little nut. I guess it's not that little. It's a pretty big nut. So this is where I got the cable coming out of, and there's a little spot right there where it shoves in. But this is not easy to do when you're holding a camera with one hand and trying to position the cable with the other. There we go. The smart thing to do would be to get a tripod that sits a little lower, but I can't find that one. That or it broke. I'm gonna get another. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten these axle nuts. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. So I've tightened this as much as I can. If you have better tools, I suggest you use them. And I do have better tools, but I'm trying to film this video in a way where I just want to see if like a regular consumer without tools or much knowledge would be able to assemble this straight out of the box with what's included. Okie dokiness. The drum brake is in the wheel and installed. The hardest part is over. Now I'm gonna do the simple stuff. Oh. So I'm gonna make sure that's all the way open. Boom, boom. To install the handlebars, I gotta loosen up these. Oh boy. There we go. I guess more than loosen up. I gotta pull them out completely. Now the handlebars. Oops, not that way. There we go. And then this piece goes back. The handlebar height is adjustable. And right here is the minimum insertion mark. So try not to go past that. And then this thing's not clamping down because it's pretty loose. So I'm gonna tighten it. And then I can clamp. Should probably tighten it a little more than that. It should be pretty hard to clamp down. Yeah. The manual says to loosen the nuts that are on these screws. On the seat cushion, there's 3 of them. But there was no nuts. The nuts were separate in a little baggie. 3 nuts. Position the screws over the holes. And then tighten the seat down with nuts. The seat height adjusts right here. The final thing, the basket. This will require some screws, which are included. They were with the tools. As I'm putting these in, I'm not tightening them all the way, just enough so they kind of stay in place. Uh-oh. Now that they're in place, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten them down. This last screw is kind of hard to get in there for some reason. If you tighten down one too much, then one of these other sides lifts up, and these screws are so short. They're barely getting into the holes. I'm gonna keep tightening this side, and maybe the other side will go down far enough so the screw can reach the hole it's supposed to go into. And here's a sad moment. My camera fell, I picked it up. It's not okay. Is it okay? It was not easy getting that final screw in there to stay, but I did it. They're awfully short. It would be nice if they were a little bit longer. So now I'm actually gonna go through and tighten them all down. Here's where I discovered that the autofocus on my camera is broken. Repairs will take a while, or I might just buy a new one. Bye, money! To charge up the scooter, plug that in to here. And you'll know it's fully charged when the green light appears. So first it'll be red and then it goes to green. The right brake stops the front wheel, and then the left brake stops the back wheel. So with these buttons here, up, down, I can adjust the speed. And if I have it on 0, when I push down on this, it doesn't move at all, but if I change it to any of the other ones, it starts to go by itself. And I probably shouldn't do that in the house. And this is the button that turns it on and off. So just hold it down for off. Oh, there's still a sticker on here. Whoops! And it will shut off on its own eventually if you're not using it. But if you want to turn it on, hold the button, and it's on. I can never quite figure out these little computers, but if I push the center button, it does display more information. And there's also a headlight. So if I push these 2 buttons at the same time, the top and the center at the same time, it turns on the headlight. And then I push those 2 again, push those 2, it'll turn it off. And when I hit the brakes, there's also a brake light. If I hold down these 2 buttons right here, I can get into the menu. P1, this is to adjust the screen brightness, 3 being the brightest. To bring it back, hold those 2 again, I'm gonna go back into the menu. I haven't really quite figured out the menu yet. This gets me to P2. And oh yeah, this is where I switch between kilometers and miles. I will leave it on miles. Oh yeah, there's one more in here, and I have not played around with this one at all. P3. I have no idea what this means. But it goes all the way to 60. I really hope this isn't like a mile override, a speed limit override. Because technically in my state, 20 is the max. There's also P4, and I don't know what that does. And there's more of these, and I don't know what they do. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. Alrighty then, so this is HIBOY's ECOM 14 eco-friendly smart electric scooter. 450 watt motor, max speed of 22 miles per hour, which I did get it to, 22, and I kind of stayed there for a while, even though I think max speed in my state is 20. Oopsie doopsie. So it supposedly can handle 15-degree hills. But I'm in Florida, it's not very hilly, it's very, very flat, which I guess is great for the scooter. The wheels are 14 inches. It also has a 10 amp high efficiency lithium ion battery that lasts about 30 miles, I would say. This part of the video is sped up by a bunch. I was not going this fast, so don't worry. I think I had it in mode 2, which is up to like 16 miles per hour, but I doubt I was even going that fast. So yeah, that's the scooter. Max load on it is 220 pounds. The basket, you can detach it. You don't have to have it on there, but it's kind of cool, I think. Let's see, the battery takes about 5 to 6 hours to charge up. And the total weight of the scooter is 58.4 pounds. So it is not a light thing. Alrighty then, so that's it. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Toodaloo-doo-doo-doo.